Welcome back, gods and goddesses, to the Gifted Goddess channel, where we focus on sharing our gifts to the world with the intention of ascending to our destination of destiny. So I'm going to hop right in and get into this message because it is a lengthy one, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Today is October 1st, so I just want to give a little trigger warning disclaimer. While this message starts off light, it definitely took a left turn when I was channeling it, or should I say a right turn, right? Because I'm left-handed, so left is right for me. The first thing, it is the first of the month, so Bone Thugs and Harmony came up the first of the month. You know the song Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up. It's the first of the month. Cash your checks and come up. So I don't know if somebody's playing that song or you need to embrace that energy, but that's what came up for me. Also, when I was preparing to do this message this morning, I ran into the Bible scriptures, Deuteronomy 26:11. And Ephesians 4:2. Also, we have Isaiah 3:29. So look those up. Those all pertain to the message. Like I said, the message is long enough. I won't go into full detail what those are. You can look those up yourself. So someone needs to know they're in the right place at the right time and on time. 3:29 could be significant, or 3 to 9. I don't know, however that may resonate with you. Maybe that time is significant because time was mentioned there. So the hours between 3 and 9 may be significant for someone. Brown sugar. And you're being asked to prepare. The appropriate light is needed. So whatever that may mean to you, as I say that, let me open a curtain here. Perhaps you need to, adjust your lighting or let in some sunlight, but the appropriate light is needed. Maybe light shed on a situation that's needed, right? So 143 is significant as well. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day, you used to send 143 for like love and I miss you. So that's kind of where we're going. Divine love is in the energy. So good news, right? Home sweet home was coming through. And what it made me think of was sometimes home is a person, right? Sometimes you find that home in a person, or you feel at home with a person. Strawberries were coming through. So I don't know if that's someone's favorite fruit, but of course, when I think of strawberries, I think of spicy time. That is aphrodisiac in some ways. It's high in vitamin C. I was encouraged to write all these facts out. So again, I encourage you, if you're being led to study something or delve into something further, there's definitely a reason. So let's get into it. Strawberries have a high vitamin C content. So content is significant for someone. The strawberries symbolize purity, virtue, love, and rebirth, righteousness, and in some cases, the blood of Jesus with the color red. So the color red is significant. Perhaps you are a biblical, spiritual person. You're still reading the Bible. And I want to encourage you to not be dismayed by that. As you can see, I quoted a few scriptures here. A lot of times you'll run into on this journey people, I would say with church hurt, honestly, or confusion, I would say. Not confusion, or just misunderstanding maybe. And they feel like if they're on a spiritual journey, religion is beneath them, behind them, or something that they have to separate from totally. But I want to encourage you that that's not always the case, and do what you're called to do, right? Be authentic in what you're called to do. So let's continue. Strawberries, according to the Cherokee people, because of the heart-shaped leaves and seeds, represent the three phases of life: youth, adulthood, and old age. Strawberries are attributed to the element of water, the planet Venus. So all about love again. Female gender, that divine feminine energy, and the sacral chakra, of course. Like I said, spicy time. And of course, Scorpios, right? Because that just fits. Again, they represent love, luck, fertility, sexy time, and dedication. I thought that was interesting. So, something else that came through was the Hunger Games. And how they represent virtue and goodness. I guess somebody was picking strawberries in Hunger Games or something. I didn't watch it. So if you know, you know. Especially for Katniss, for people like Katniss, I guess. So that's what came up. The strawberry moon could be significant. So I don't know if you do moon rituals. Maybe you're looking into that. Maybe that's something you're called to. But the strawberry moon symbolizes the fruit of prosperity and energetic shift of early summer. And we know that summertime energy is all about being loved and light and vibrant and outside and, you know, fertile for some of us. Madame Tallien of Napoleon's court bathed in the juice of strawberries using 22 pounds per bath. And we're going to get into the Napoleon syndrome because then that showed its ugly face in the reading, of course. So 22 could be significant. Maybe you like strawberries. Maybe you're encouraged to eat more strawberries. Strawberry season is typically in the summer. So here in North America, we are kind of out of strawberry season, but nevertheless, enjoy some strawberries. Police 12. So the police could be significant. Again, study what you're called to. Someone has incoming messages in the next 12 to 14 hours. This is very specific from a Jeep Cherokee owner. So somebody that owns a Jeep Cherokee. I'm hearing Cherokee Red even. I don't know what. Okay. Too many dollars. Sexy Red just came through too. I don't know if you're listening to Sexy Red or what. But I would encourage you to rethink your music choice if that's what you're listening to. But yeah, 12 to 14 hours, expect communication. That's for somebody specific. That's definitely a physical message, not a download. That's what I'm getting. So I'm just hearing. So mental gymnastics with a Napoleon syndrome person playing mind games. It could be in your energy. So I don't know if you have someone in your energy playing mind games. I had Capricorn showing up a lot. You could have somebody with the birthday of January 16th, 15th, the 8th, the 9th. Those dates could be significant. The 3rd or the 9th of January could be significant. Maybe the 4th of January, the 3rd of January. So Capricorn showing up pretty heavy in the energy. Taurus. So I have a lot of fire and earth showing up. And that continues throughout the reading. A lot of fire, earth, and water. But right now, fire and earth signs with this mental gymnastics message. So you could have someone with the birthday of 4/22. That's Aries, or that's leaning into Taurus. So you might have a Aries Taurus cusper. I have Leo's August 15th, the 4th, the 5th. Definitely significant. Fire energy, heavy with the mental gymnastics, the mind games. Ice is significant. If you don't know about Kilmar Abrigo Garcia, he was the man that was wrongfully deported. I'm being told there's more to come. Exclamation point, like more to come, mark my words. Of people being wrongfully deported. And they were trying to send him to like Uganda, and he's not from there or never been there. So really, this situation with the immigration laws and things like that are coming to the forefront more and more. We'll see, I guess. X marks the spot. So you're on point about something. Maybe it's about your ex, something you have going on, or that you may had have had a feeling about. You're on point about something, so don't let anyone else fool you. Play these mental mind games like they don't know what's going on. If you try to have this conversation with this Napoleon syndrome person, playing the mind games and the mental gymnastics, know what you know and feel comfortable in that, right? Don't be deterred or dismayed. Look up these numbers for what resonates with you. You could have personal confirmation numbers as well. So numbers that you're seeing often on this journey. Like I saw 127 a lot. I see 127 all the time. Look up what these numbers mean for you. So I had 22, 222. And again, everything won't be the same for everyone. So you want to look up the numbers and see how it resonates with you. And of course, do your due diligence. Look at multiple sites and resources when getting the definitions or understandings of these numbers, and kind of cultivate them for yourself, right? 555, cultivating is significant. I don't know if you're cultivating something or being asked to cultivate something in your line of work, I just heard thought process, a new way of going about things. In spite of these mind games, maybe you need to come up with a better approach on how to deal with an ex. My suggestion, if that's the case, just don't feed into any negativity. Agree to disagree. If you have children with these people or this ex, focus on the children. That's for somebody that just came out of nowhere. That's not even something I have written down. 422 is significant. 4, again, that 815 is significant, and 125. I apologize if I'm going fast. Like I said, the message is quite long, and I want to get through it all without keeping you guys too long. Shapes are significant. I got stars, heart stars, horseshoes, clovers, and balloons, pots of gold and rainbows, and the red balloon. I forget how it goes, but Lucky Charms is significant. So you may be seeing shapes along your journey, and you want to look those up too, and their spiritual meaning and how it resonates with you too, right? So you can look up the meaning, but you might see a horseshoe and be reminded that you and your grandfather used to play horseshoes all the time. And, that is something that resonates with you or someone here listening, right? So that could just be a reminder that, hey, granddad's watching or granddad's always around. Or clovers. Maybe you always look for 4-leaf clovers with your grandmother or a sister, I'm hearing. Balloons. Maybe somebody likes balloon animals. The circus is coming up. Twisted like balloons. Yeah, heavy circus energy, clowns could be significant. Whatever your lucky charms are, you know what those are. I just got a heavy feeling. We'll get into that. But definitely something with balloons, twisted like balloons, is what is coming to mind. So maybe someone is twisted in the mind, playing the mind games, trying to twist your mind. I don't know, but Take it as it resonates. Remember, everything won't resonate with you, so take what does. Leave the rest for someone else that it does resonate with. Please don't take on any negative energy that doesn't pertain to you. If it doesn't apply, simply let it fly, right? We can agree to disagree here, right? We're all adults. If you're not an adult, you shouldn't be on this channel. Disclaimer. And again, I just share messages with you guys just for, a disclaimer. This is all entertainment, quote unquote. If it resonates, it resonates. I am not suggesting you do anything, and any actions or thoughts you take upon yourself to indulge in is completely on you, right? So someone needed that disclaimer, I guess, or we just need to put it out there, right? Put it out there in the energy. Sometimes we hear these messages and feel that it definitely has to pertain to us, but it doesn't. Okay, so crowns and rainbows are very significant. We know rainbows signify hope after a storm. So if you are facing a storm right now, just know that there is hope. There is hope of a rainbow and a pot of gold after the storm. That is what our intention is anyway. So on this journey of ascension, you will encounter storms, right? You encounter storms in life. This journey calls for you to go about things in a different way, getting on that path of ascension. So, storms don't come in to destroy always. Sometimes they come in to clear the path. And you have to be mindful of that. You can't allow storms to deter you off the path, right? So April or springtime could be significant for you. So perhaps the storm will be over in the springtime, right? So I'm recording this in October on the 1st. However, these readings are timeless. These channels are timeless. It finds you in the right place at the right time, right on time, right? That's how we started the message. So be confident in that you're receiving the message when you need it. But for someone, the storm will pass by the springtime and you will be, blooming, right? The end of cycles, the end of chapters, the end of, people that shouldn't be in your life, relationship, endings. Endings are impending. That's what I'm hearing. Forgive me. This, like I said, this message gets heavy, and I'm not used to channeling something so heavy. Oh, we have a lot of angry ancestors in the chat. So somebody or everybody listening to this, ancestors are on one, okay? Ending these cycles and timelines. With what? A mighty fist, a fierce sword. Oh my, cutting everything away. Cycles and timelines, storms, air sign. Okay, air signs. Okay, so someone's pointing the finger, and instead of pointing the finger, we should be shifting to a higher perspective. So don't deflect. Take accountability. That's the only way to grow and to ascend, is to have radical truth with yourself and what you need to take accountability and grow on. Somebody needs to grow up. Stop pointing the finger. I'm getting with the X. That's coming through heavy, this X situation. Stop pointing the finger at the X. Everything isn't on them. You take ownership of how you reacted, responded, acted in a relationship. Even if they are reactions, because I just said react and respond, even if they are reactions and responses, you're still responsible for those reactions and responses, right? So try to respond in a better way. And if this is someone who's playing mental games with you, recognize that. And, oftentimes what I like to do personally, if I can give my opinion here, is once you know someone is trying to antagonize you or get a rise out of you, don't give it to them because they win. Or you could have a calculated crash out. I'm not advising you to crash out, but if you do, let's be calculated about it, right? Let's not make your situation or life more difficult than it is. Choose your battles wisely. That's what we need to say. Don't crash out. Find a better way. Find a higher perspective. Divine love, especially with understanding. So again, please understand that people are people. They make mistakes. We shouldn't be judging one along the journey. We've made mistakes. I heard once a cheater, always a cheater. Not always the case. Some people, okay, right. Okay, got it. That's not always the case. Sometimes people grow up from cheating, right? Somebody cheated in the past, so how you gonna be so mad? As I sip my tea. We got some messy ancestors in here. So you somebody's here, you've cheated in the past, you know what it's like. While you may have grown from that, understand some people haven't grown from that. So don't point the finger. Just reframe it to they need to grow, right? So we won't harp on that or beat a dead horse with that. Watch what you say and how you speak and treat people. Very significant. You're responsible for your words, your actions, no one else. And you get what's coming to you based on your words and your actions, no one else's. So, when things come full circle, you still have to answer to or speak to the things you did or said. So repent if you must. Ask for forgiveness and kindness. And I just saw a video, the forgiveness that we're graced with from the Most High is just an example, of course, how we should be in our lives, right? So you've been given grace, so give that grace abundantly to others. Abundance, yes. With this shift, you don't see the divine is gifting you with real money, and I got a lot of times in alignment with your soulmate. So with this real money, you will have a lot of money, a lot of time. So multiples, and when the time is 22:30, it was 36 when I looked at it. So somebody needs to look that up. 22:44 again. See what those numbers mean for you. Balance, 22, balance, duality, protection is 4-4. So look it up, stability, that kind of stuff. So with the real money, you will have a lot of how can I explain it? A lot of times. So you'll get big lump sums of money several different times. It won't just be a one-time thing. So you must deserve a lot. I'm hearing dharma. So some of us are on the karma end, receiving karma, and some of us are receiving positively our dharma. You can't level up if you're always looking back. Self-explanatory. Stay focused on the forward motion, the ascension. Stop looking back, pointing fingers, trying to talk about where everybody else is on. Forward focus. Water signs are very significant. Just want to say that we'll leave it there. Cancer, especially in their chart. So if you don't know a person's chart, you might want to look it up. It might be easy if you look up the traits of a Cancer, because sometimes, or a lot of times, people will display different behavior patterns or emotional patterns. I'm hearing of rising signs, moon signs, other signs in their chart, right? So if you pay attention, you'll see those signs. So just look up Cancers and, how that person could be behaving as a Cancer if they're not specifically a Cancer. Let me make that clear. So if their sun sign, their astrology sign isn't a Cancer specifically, it could be in their chart. And like I said, if you don't know their whole chart, not everybody knows everybody's chart. Nobody is doing that. And everybody's not into that. So if you don't know, just look up how cancers are and see if it correlates. Karmic cycles with twin flames are ending. Heavy ancestors present in spiritual court showing you mad love. Listen, this message came, I'm getting chills right now as I said. This message came through so strong and heavy last night when I channeled it. The answer, this is in all bold capital letters, exclamation points everywhere. I need you to understand that this situation will be handled. The ancestors are not with it. Like I said, I have very upset ancestors in the chat. Just know that someone's been bad, a destiny swap attempt with their own twin flame. So not only do we have people trying to destiny swap with their twin flame who they should have got on the path to ascension with, but their old flame, twin flame situation is trying to jump on the bandwagon and destiny swap with they child with who they supposed to be with. So basically, if it's you, your ex trying to switch with you, swap with you, ride on your coattails, I'm hearing. And meanwhile, they got an ex third party situation who is trying to not only hold on to them, but stop what you got going on too. Ancestors say, I'm telling y'all, this is this is the disclaimer. This is where it goes right. Ancestors say, if you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, stay the F out. B. Like I said, heavy. I don't want to get flagged for this video. Heavy, angry ancestors. I'm hearing livid, perturbed, flabbergasted. Ancestors are pissed in the chat. Something was going terribly wrong. They said, I'm getting emotional. They said air signs are getting aired the F out. Fire signs will have fire on that it. Water signs. Whew. They said, have you ever seen someone drowning where they're standing? Good God. Ooh, cover us today, please, God. And earth signs getting put in the earth. They thought they eliminated you, but they illuminated the path of alignment. So don't worry, ancestors are on the job. California could be significant. China, Berlin, El Salvador, Uruguay. All those places are significant. Perhaps you're traveling to those places. You're from those places. You keep seeing signs and synchronicities about those places. So, ooh, Jesus, it says, since they like the shade so much, let them stay in it. And then I was given, I downloaded the song Ain't No Sunshine by DMX, and I was guided to read the lyrics for you guys. This is really heavy energy, guys. If you don't know DMX, he's like, a rapper, very deep lyrics. He's a person who often quotes Bible scriptures as well. Someone, if you ask me, walks in the dark and the light, right? He's always talking about the darkness, but he does have a connection with the Most High. So let's get into these lyrics. Good Lord. So first of all, most of the video is shot in the cemetery. He's like riding through the cemetery. So, like I said, endings are impending. So it says it's dark and hell is hot. Ain't no sunshine when it's on. Only darkness every day. Ain't no sunshine when it's on. Because when it's on, in words, know to be gone every time because we don't play. That's the ancestors talking, y'all. Ain't gonna be no sunshine. So he starts off the first verse saying, who turned out the lights is what they be saying. Now you don't want to fight, but y'all ends be playing. Thinking it's all right. Keep playing with that role. And you're going to know the night when you land in that hole. Whew. I just looked up at my channel and said you have some aunt ancestors that may have not known you, but they don't play about you. And it's for somebody, it's the light-skinned ones. If you don't know who it is, perhaps you saw them before, but don't really have a relationship with them. I'm being told they could even, you know how the older aunts and stuff will mistake, are you so and so's baby? And you gotta tell them like, no, you a whole other person. But they riding for you. So then he says, dirt getting tossed in your grave. Now it's all over. Preacher said you was brave, but now it's all over. You just one of the many, plenty I done gave it to. Ain't no saving you. No matter how many tears your mom cried, ain't gonna bring your A back. Plus in hell, you gonna fry. Why? But now the only two relative questions, and relative is significant. Relatives are significant. So just pray for your relatives, y'all. Perhaps your relatives were involved in this situation. I don't know. Or I do know. But it says only, where am I at? But now the only two relative questions is, do we bury him or burn him? Again, fire and earth, getting fire and earth. Any suggestions? Either way, you up out of here for good. Now, when mention your name, they knocking on wood. Did I get my point across? Another body on the shoddy. Another joint I toss. Again, to the chorus, ain't no sunshine when it's on, only darkness every day. Okay, they saying we could get out of here. Sorry guys, that like I said, that energy is really heavy. So I apologize. So relatives are significant. They went on to say these ain't no effing relatives. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Lovers got third parties trying to be enemies. And then another, if you know DMX, one of his songs, he was like, all right, go ahead. So that's what they said. Lovers got third parties trying to be enemies. All right, go ahead. So you might be a DMX fan. He's coming through heavy. Again, another one of his songs came through. This is not a effing game. All caps, exclamation points, and then see you at the crossroads came. And it said since they liked them so much. So I don't know if someone is definitely, I can't, let me stop saying I don't know. 3322 is on the timer. Divine intervention to balance out is at play. That's what I just heard. Somebody has been going to the crossroads trying to put 3333 on the timer, trying to put endings to situations for you. And while they may have had a temporary hold on you or endings in your life, was never intended to be permanent. It was intended to illuminate the path for you. So just look to that rainbow after the storm. So things may have gotten heavy. You might be guided to get into your Bible more, pray more, meditate more. But you're being asked to remember the best laid plan is not one of man, but of the Most High. And they're laughing. So with that, I'm going to end here, guys, because I have to cleanse my energy from this energy. Just know that you are loved, you're protected, and autumn could be significant. We are in autumn season. I'm being asked to go through twin flames. J is significant. Oh, I didn't say the letters. Okay. So before I go, Alicia, Krisha could be significant. Mark is definitely significant, heavy on a Mark. I don't know if your name's Mark or this pertains to a Mark. Marcos, Marquise, Marcus. Um, the letters F, B, I came up first. I don't know if there's FBI involvement for someone, or you have those initials. I, S, significant. J, significant. Isis is significant. So Isis, goddess Isis showing up, or the group ISIS, whatever relates or resonates with you. DMX initials, or the rapper as we channel here. Something about a PO, initials P and O, or someone's PO. Police are significant. 12. Um, something about being carried, something about 12 and being carried by 6, something. Like I said, guys, this is some heavy energy that I am desperately trying to get out of. Change is coming. Change is everywhere, right? Change is all in our lives. So protect your energy, get grounded, do what you're called to do to protect your energy. Salt baths help. If you're into crystals, do that. Get out into nature. Don't be immersed. Don't immerse yourself. Don't ruminate on these negative thoughts or what people are doing. Focus on your focus. Focus on ascension. I can tell you that personally. Let them say what they say. Let them do what they're going to do. Focus on your walk with the Most High to get to your destiny, right? That's what we're focused on. Focus on the love and light. God is love. We are of love. We're here to share love and light. And if others can't get on that path, I'm here and F them. Leave them behind. You got bigger places to go, better things to see. There's brightness. Follow the light. So be of light and follow those who are of light in your life. Seek that light in the Most High. Whatever way you do that. If it's not the Bible, it might be meditation. It might be Buddhism. Any religion, any spirituality, whatever gets you connected. If you haven't watched my other videos, I suggest you go back, because the first two called Get Connected kind of speak to that, so I won't go into too much detail into that. If you haven't done so, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any downloaded information that I upload on this path to ascension. And, if you're a praying person, let us pray for, the energy to clear up and there to be light shed on this situation. And just know spiritual court is, probably going in your favor. With that being said, you guys go in love and light. Peace.